Om Sri Sai Ram, Om Sri Sai Nadhaya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Today we will discuss Sri Saisatcharita 33 chapter. In this chapter, mainly we talk about, we see mostly Woody miracles. And we all heard about the miracles of the Woody, that is sacred ash. This Woody denotes the transient nature of this world. That means this universe that we see, this body that we see, is not permanent. And one day all these elements will be integrated into this space. In a similar way, this body vanishes too. When the soul leaves the body, this body will collapse and proves that this is nothing but ash. You and I will undergo the same stages, so that you should remember this, and I should also be aware of it day and night. And I give this vibhuti. The entire universe is full of Maya. Brahman is the only reality, while the universe is illusory. So this is what Baba was saying. The entire universe is Maya. And he wants us to bear this in our minds so that what really Woody is teaching us, he wants us to understand this. No person belongs to anyone in this world. No matter if it is wife, son, uncles, nephews, daughters, whoever they are, we are just transient. Once we die, everything is turned off. The way you come as naked, the naked you go. That's what Baba was saying. And the Woody is a reminder of that. If this Woody is applied to the body, then physical and mental sufferings are cured. We've seen that in so many circumstances. But the true significance of the Woody is very deep. And it is meant for the discriminatory detachment that is called vairagya. That means you don't get attached to the material objects in your life. Baba gives so much importance to this fact. That's why he gave Vibhuti to everyone and trying to teach us this. And he used to sing one song while giving the Vibhuti, Ramate Rama Ayoji, Ayoji, Vudiyon Kago Niya Layoji. What he was saying is, "O playful Ram has come and brought sacks of Woody." These were the only two lines he sang, and he was in a very happy and joyous mood. In melodious voice he used to sing. Of course, that is the sweetness of Lord Rama's name, and this could be understood only when we give Dakshina to Sai and take Woody from him. And the greatness of the Woody is beyond the limits. So let us see what exactly they talked in this chapter. First one, the Hemad Panth compiled was Narayan Motiram Jani. He was a very staunch devotee of Baba and used to live in Nasik. Once he comes to Shirdi with his mother, Baba tells his mother that he no longer has to serve anyone for his job and he can start his own business. He then started a boarding home by name Anand Ashram. It thrived really well. One of his friends was stung by a scorpion one time when they were there, and he was in extreme pain. They were looking for Baba's Woody, but they couldn't find anything. Then Narayan goes into the Puja Mandir where Baba's picture is there. He gets the ashes from the joss stick and he invokes Baba and then rubs this Woody on that place where the pain is, so then the pain they disappear. They felt delighted and moved by Baba's miracle. And then another time, another devotee from Bandra came to know that his daughter was down with the bubonic plague, and there was no Woody to use at that time. So he sends a person to Nana Chandorkar And then Nana was traveling at that time. He didn't have any Vudi with him. Then he gets some dust on the street and prays to Baba and puts it on his wife's forehead and then asks this person to go. Then when this person came to this friend, and then his daughter already got better at the same time when Nana was doing it. Um, so, and the biggest of all the miracles described in this chapter is the Jamner miracle. Sai took care of Nana's family like he took care of Nana himself. Nana's daughter, her name is Mainatai. She was in a difficult labor with intense pain, and they don't know what to do. And the midwife saw the Mainatai and felt that it was a difficult labor. It's going to be tough, whether she's going to survive, and the baby is going to survive or not. And then at the same time, no one at Shirdi was aware of the state of affairs at Jamner, what was going on with Nana. And Baba, however, knows everything, right? And he's all pervading. There's nothing in the universe that he's unaware of. Baba was talking to Gosavi Ramgir Bua, who had an urge to go to his village because he had to go to the village via Jamner. So then he asks him to take Udi with him, and then also asked Shama to write down Arati Sai Baba, Arati, which was written by Adkar, to send it with him. So Ramgir came in accordance with it, touched Baba's feet and asked permission to leave. And he said, Baba, I'm going to my village in Khandesh. Give me Vudi and blessings and your permission to this servant to leave. So once he came like that, then he gave the Vudi and told him to go to Jamner. So in that way, when he was about to leave, when he looked into his pocket, he has only 2 rupees with him. And he was kind of worried that how he's going to travel all the way to Jamner and then go to his place. And Baba reassures him and tells him that go without any care, everything will be arranged for you. And then he had full faith in Baba's words, and then he left. Taking these instructions from Baba and obeying his orders, Babagir left for the assigned work immediately, after taking the Vudi as prasad. During those days, there was no rail route to Jamner, so it was not easy to make that journey. So he was worried. Setting out in the train, the passengers had a light at Jalgaon, from where they had to go on foot to the rest of the distance. And then after paying the train fare of rupee 1 and 14 annas, there remained only 2 annas. How does he go to Jamner, and then go to Khandesh? These were the thoughts that he was bothered with. And then when he got out of Jalgaon station, and there was a peon at some distance, and he approached the passengers and was asking, tell me who Babagir from Shirdi. Who is Babagir from Shirdi? That's how he was saying. Then Gosavi goes to him, and then they both take the tanga, because he told him that Nana Chandorkar sent the tanga. So they both take the tanga, that's a horse carriage, and then left the Jalgaon station, and then proceeded towards Jamner. The peon looked very smart with a beard, twirled mustache, and sideburns, and the tanga also looked very well maintained. The horses also matched the tanga. They were certainly not hired out animals. Leaving other tangas behind, they moved ahead due to their eagerness. The Tanga had started the journey around 2:48 a.m. and was halted at dawn near a stream on the way. When Ramgir Buwa was looking for some kind of help, it was 11 p.m. It's about to be midnight after 11 p.m. And then around 2:48 a.m. they halted near a stream on the way. Then the Tangawala unharnessed the horses to water them and said, I will come back soon, after which we will have refreshments at leisure. And then I will fetch a little water, and then we'll eat mangoes. Then after reharnessing the horses, we will leave. From his beard and dress, he looked like a Muslim. Hearing these words, Ramgir had doubts about accepting the refreshments from him. Then this guy, the peon, confirms that I'm a Rajput, so you don't need to worry, and these refreshments were sent by Nana. So they both had the refreshments, and then the Ramgir Buwa wanted to relieve himself in a secluded place. He wanted to urinate. So when he returned, and he was surprised by the sight that no Tanga, no horses, no Tangawala could be seen there. No one was to be seen at that moment. The place was deserted. Ramgir wondered, what is this marvel? After bringing me so far, where has he gone in such a short time? As he was eager to meet Nana, the Buwa went inside the office. When he learned that Nana was at his residence and that day he is not coming to the work, and then he found out his house, and then he goes there, and then sat in the portico, and Nana called him in. They met one another. He took out the Woody and Arati and placed them before Nana and told him the whole story. It was a marvel that when the Woody came, Nana's daughter was suffering intensely with pain because of the obstruction in the delivery of the baby. And then to ward off this difficulty, Navachandi, Havan and Sapta Shati recitation was in progress at that time. The Gosavi was surprised. Nana then felt as a hungry person feels when a platter of delicacies is placed before him, or as a thirsty chakor feels when he gets nectar in his mouth. In a similar way, Nana calls his wife, gives her the woody, and then mixes in the water and makes sure that Mainatai drinks that, and then began singing the arati. Within moments, and they realized that the girl was better, and she was fine without any pain and had a safe delivery. The crisis passed away happily. Everybody's worry was over. Then Ramgir asked Nana, where did the Tangawala go? I do not find him here also. Where is the Tanga that you sent? Then Nana replies, I did not send anything. I do not know that you are coming. Somebody is coming from Shirdi. Then Buwa told the whole story of the Tanga. Then they realized that it was all a Baba's miracle. And Sai is the Lord of the universe performing various wonderful feats. At the time of difficulty, he comes running to the devotees because of the intensity of the devotion. So after this Jamner miracle, the Hemad Pant talks about Balabua's Sutar. He is also called modern Tukaram. When he goes to Shirdi, Baba says that he knows him for the last 4 years, and he was surprised that he was coming for the first time there to Shirdi. How come he knows me? How does he know me? Then he remembers prostrating at Baba's portrait 4 years ago. Then he realized that how Baba is omniscient and all-pervading, and the saints are all like that. So they're all kind to their devotees, and I merely bowed to his photo. But this was noticed by Baba in due time. He made me realize that seeing his photo, the picture, is equivalent to seeing him in a person. So we all have to believe that, have to have faith that when we see a picture of Baba, we have to realize that that is Baba. That kind of faith that we need to have. Then Hematpant talks about Appa Sahib Kulkarni. And here the Appa used to worship Baba's photo every day. He wanted to have a darshan of Baba also. Once he had to go out of town, one fakir comes, visits their family, and when dakshina was asked, his wife gives him 1 rupee, and then asks that fakir, "Are you Shirdi Sai Baba?" Then the fakir replies, "I'm God's servant." Then he gives them some woody and to keep it in puja mandir, and then he left. And then Appa comes home and realizes that, oh, that was Baba. We should have given 10 rupees instead of 1 rupee. And then he wanted to find this fakir. And in an eagerness, he forgot to eat and then he leaves. And then he tries to look everywhere, but he couldn't find him. Comes home with his friend, and then wife asks him to eat, and then they eat. And then again they wanted to just go out for a walk. When they went outside, then the fakir appears before them and asks for dakshina. And then he gives him 1 rupee, forgetting how peaceful it was when he looked at Baba. He gives him 1 rupee, and then he asks him more, and then he gives him another 2 rupees, then another 3 rupees after borrowing from his friend Mr. Chitre. Because the fakir still wanted money, he takes him home. Then gives him another 3 rupees. He was still unsatisfied. Then he plays. Then he had like a 10 rupee note, and then he gives it to him. And then at that time, by the 9 rupees that were given to him, the fakir gives it back to Appa, taking only 10. Then Appa and his family realized that Appa wanted to give 10 rupees. Here we have to realize how Baba blessed Appa by giving him the rupees 9 back. And this 9 again signifies the Navavida Bhakti. Like he gave 9 rupees to coins to Lakshmi Bai just before his Mahasamadhi. So next one is Haribhav Karnik. He came to Shirdi in 1917 during the Guru Purnima time, and he worshipped Baba, took blessings from him. When he was about to leave Dwarka Mai, after he got Woody and everything, he realizes that he forgot 1 rupee dakshina. He wanted to give it to Baba. Because once he gets down the steps of Dwarka Mai, the custom is that they cannot go back again once they take leave from Baba. So he goes to Nasik and gets the darshan of Kalaram there. While coming out of the temple, a saint by name, Narsingh Maharaj, stops him and asks him for rupee dakshina. He was so happy and he gives the rupee. And he realized that all the saints are same. Baba made that 1 rupee dakshina through Narsingh Maharaj. So he was able to give that through him. This way Baba fulfilled his wish. This story kind of illustrates that all saints are one and same, how they work in unison. So let us see what we can learn from these miracles, Jamner miracle especially. Baba could have saved Mainatai, that is Nana's daughter, without all this sending the Woody, sending the Arati and all that. But he used Woody, Gosavi, Tatanga and Pyun. What was he trying to teach us? He also introduced Adkar's Arati Sai Baba through this incident. Only Baba can make us understand the real meaning behind this. Ramguru Buva had only 2 rupees when he started at Shirdi. This is nothing but Shraddha and Saburi, faith and patience. After he bought the ticket up to Jalgaon, he was left with 2 annas change. This is also again 2. This is the faith and patience. When he had those, he was able to find the way to leave Jalgaon station at the 11th hour. Whenever we keep trust in Baba, he will definitely take care of us. Here, Sandhya means the Arati was given, Sandhya Arati, right? Sandhya means the state between 2 situations or times. This attributes to the time between the life and death. We all need to be aware of this time period, and we have to remind ourselves about God. We call 11th hour when we are at the last minutes of any task. In a similar way, Ramgir Buva reached Jalgaon at 11 p.m. Baba showed him the way at that 11th hour where he had no other options. So we have to be very patient until Baba helps us, and then we need to have utmost faith and devotion towards Baba. Sai strengthened Nana's faith by saving Mainatai. By giving Udi and Arati song, Sai wanted to show Nana the transient nature of the life and hidden meaning behind the Arati. What is he trying to teach there to Nana? Vairagya, that is detachment from the worldly things. Because Baba knows that this lady and the baby that he saved through the Udi and his blessings, that baby is not going to survive. Later on, after a few months, that baby died. And not only that, Nana had another blow also in his life. Mainatai, that is his daughter's husband, also died prior to her delivery of the baby. Nana experienced most difficult time of his life. Baba knew about the future and sadness that is forthcoming. That is why he wanted to teach Nana the detachment, Vairagya. So like this, the whole Udi setting and Baba's blessing through Udi, we all need to understand the transient nature of this world. That means we call midya. That midya means it is present at one time and disappears at the another time. It doesn't mean that it's not there. So in a similar way, it describes the transient nature of the world. So we all understand the transient nature and what Baba is trying to teach us whenever we have Udi with us, whenever we sing Arti Sai Baba. With this we will conclude this chapter 33, and we will talk about other chapters in coming satsangs. Om Sri Sai Nadharpanamastu. Om Sri Sai Ram. Om Sri Sai Nadhaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai.